2,000 people had marched in the centre of the capital, Amman. Police used batons to disperse crowds outside City Hall. Several people were reported wounded, most of them journalists.
During the march, the security forces attacked us. We had to make way for the women to escape the assault, as one woman has already passed out. The police ran after us, and a policeman was carrying a sickle he took from one of the shops. He hit me on the head, and other policemen bludgeoned me with the batons. They left me only when I passed out. Some carried me to an ambulance, where I found myself unconscious again. It was a peaceful demonstration. I was marching with others peacefully, chanting slogans only.
What happened was I was putting on a cap with the Jordanian flag on it, and one of the royal guard kicked me in the stomach as I was protecting the women in the march.
We will not wait until we grow old, as the famous Tunisian demonstrator said. We will hold steadfast here. Jordan is for all Jordanians.
Live now to Amman and Al Jazeera's Nisreen Shamayleh. We heard claims there that this demonstration, Nisreen, was peaceful. What sparked the trouble?
Well, Adrian, firstly, since the beginning of the year, there have been around or even over 2,000 demonstrations that were peaceful, with the exception of one that happened on the 25th of March, which was an open-ended sit-in, and this one, which was also announced as an open-ended sit-in. Now, the authorities, including the Prime Minister Maruf al-Bakhit, warned over the last few days not to hold open-ended sit-ins and said that the authorities would not allow people to camp in the streets because that would disrupt public life and security of a country that enjoys very good tourism in these months of the summer. So what happened was that the protesters were attacked by riot police and public security department personnel at the beginning of this sit-in that they were planning to hold at this square behind me. It's called Al-Nakhil Square. They weren't allowing the protesters to enter here, and that's when the clashes started. Only after the clashes began and several people were injured, they allowed people to stay here, and now this sit-in is ongoing. And now the concern is whether or not the riot police will use more aggressive methods to try to disperse these crowds later on in the day, Adrian.
Nisreen, we haven't seen large-scale demonstrations in Jordan before. How's the government likely to respond?
Well, the reaction is going to be strong, I believe, mostly shown by these fearless protesters, the people who have decided to stay in this square and protest until the riot police will take action against them. There's also very strong reaction coming from the journalists and the Jordan Press Association, as well as other international bodies that represent journalists, that the attacks were unwarranted on journalists, especially that there were arrangements between journalists and the public security department for them to wear these orange vests in order for them to be protected and not to be caught by the violence. Now, most importantly, I think the reaction that we're most likely to feel and know is that people here today feel that the government is not serious about reforms. There have been several cabinet reshuffles, efforts to fight corruption, failed ones according to these protesters. Now today they're sure that these efforts are not very serious, especially when they're seeing journalists and pro-reform protesters being attacked by pro-government loyalists, while the public security forces and riot police are standing there and watching. So certainly a feeling here that there is no serious motivation on the government's part to implement real and true democratic political reforms.
Nisreen, many thanks indeed. Well, there have been